Kev, in market news, one word, we're ducked. Yeah.
So I look at this whole quagmire, and between Trump's last, I guess they call it Trump 1.0, and Biden's 4 years, they collectively put about $5 trillion worth of stimulus into the economy. And I know for a fact when Biden put that last stimulus, sent that last stimulus checks out, like everybody was like, no, we don't need it. No, it's so that fucked up a lot of shit. And I think that put the market in a position where it could like I really thought that the S&P when it made the 10 point drop that it was, but now we're talking another 5 today.
You talking about the stimulus after COVID? The market roared on after that.
What's that?
The stimulus after COVID, you mean?
But they kept it going. They kept dumping it.
The market was very strong. Market was damaged at COVID, but we bounced back. It corrected.
Yeah,
and
they
it was
kept
fine.
dumping
We were hitting
stimulus into it.
Record highs. People's investments were safe.
So let's go to today's markets. But
the one day, you mean, or what do you
no?
want
We
to
just
say?
had today's numbers.
Oh, to all of the
Yeah.
okay, yeah, right there on the bottom there. So we're
I
down.
don't want to
But
see
the
the
S&P
Dow.
was
Just put. Yeah, there we go. Oh goddamn! Just put just the numbers.
the list.
The list
the list we
of
had
all of them.
At first, where it was all the indexes.
Just the
There it is.
related
It's right there.
markets.
Dow Jones down
There we go.
3.98. Nasdaq was 5.97. Russell 2000 6.59.
You look at the Nasdaq's down another 6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, I don't know.
Sooner or later, the false narrative that this is temporary, everything's going to be fine, that's going to have to be abandoned. There's going to have to be some real talk about what to do.
Well, it just doesn't make sense when, the U.S. auto worker, it costs $70 an hour is the U.S. auto worker. $40 an hour is the Canadian auto worker, and $6 an hour is the Mexican auto worker. Like that's what you have, into your product. So we're going to go, this is Trumponomics, so we're going to shut everything down, and we're going to open from scratch because we don't have the ability to we have no factories that are sitting around that are just, that we used to make the M1 tank there. Well, hell, let's build cars. So we're 5 years away from putting together a manufacturing infrastructure. If 5 years. And by that time, he's long gone. Instead of doing all these things, like if I was the president of the United States,
Mm-hmm.
I would call our major to me to bow down to Russia, who we've already talked about 1 billion times, that has a 2.2 trillion GDP, as opposed to the European Union, which is like a 23, 24. Like, sit down, and if they're such horrible trade partners.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you would have to have numbers. You would have to have
Yeah.
proof of all this.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down, have a summit, and say, listen, we need to rectify this trade situation, and do that. I mean, use some diplomacy and
That's the. Mm-hmm. Good, sorry.
go ahead.
That's the problem. Is the approach to this conceptually talking about an imbalance in trade. I mean, we've been talking about it forever, and we can go back to NAFTA and dig through all that. But it is how you get to the end result. This using a sledgehammer to try and adjust the spine is going to do nothing but break the back.
Yeah,
I mean,
no,
this is 3 months in. You,
no, it's.
he ain't getting through his term. I'll tell you that. Not at this pace.
Oh, he'll get. It's not that. He'll get through it. We won't.
As a nation.
Yeah, we're on our way to a recession, and if people don't see that this guy is absolutely, when you you wait until 4 o'clock when the markets close, and then you go to the Rose Garden, and you come out there with these laminated tariff cards, and they're supposed to be like, hey, we laminated these for you so you would, be able to like see that we're serious here. And then we also have the herd in McDonald Islands that will be doing the 10%
Hitting
tariff on.
10%. I guess the penguins are going to be.
Yeah, there's no humans
On
that
Herd
live
Island?
there, but they are actually, I believe, under Australian rule. So in case that there's a giant flux of Australians that they decide to
Start building plants
Arctic,
there.
yeah, Arctic.
Here's some
fucking,
footage of Herd Island for you.
How can you even see
There
that
you
through
go.
the giant
There they
ice
are.
wall that covers the flat Earth?
They're the workers with the beaks.
Yep, I think they're unionized.
Clearly.
Yeah.
A lot of solidarity there.
I just look at that and I say, so if you tell me that you're doing tariffs on these cats here, I'm supposed to take what you tell me is serious? Like, dude, you don't have a clue.
I mean, hasn't any administration been this incompetent in such a short amount of time to lose such a to implode?
I can barely hear you.
Oh, did something happen?
Oh, maybe you're too far away.
Was I leaning back too far? Maybe that's possible.
Yeah, probably.
The implosion in such a short period of time, has this ever been the case in another administration? I'm reading now that people are tired of Musk in the cabinet. They like to ask, and that he might be leaving Doge. Did I see this?
Well, they pushed it now to it was always going to be just 100 days.
I'm talking about Doge like it's a real thing. They sat
Right.
around and made it up. It's not a real thing.
No.
Doge. It's like our gang took over the White House.
It's like we're going to stop allowing all the zoos to have unicorns. So
Right.
it's just, and then on top of that, like, I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm a shareholder in Tesla and this guy's walking around with a cheese head on trying to get Supreme
Wisconsin,
Court
yeah.
elected in Wisconsin, and he shits the bed. Like, one thing I will say about Trump is, if he, in any form or fashion, thinks that you're going to be an anchor, another great day for Tesla.
That's year to date. What happened today? Is it so it's down Let's see. One day, what was 5.47% today. I think it was 29% year to date last 3 months. If you're anyone, you said if he perceives you're going to be an anchor,
Yeah, he gets rid of you.
right?
He had that Steve. What's that girl's name? That she's that crazy broad. She's got like purple hair and she wears the sunglasses. She's oh God, man, she was in the Laura, whatever her name is. She was in the Oval Office today, and
saying Lorna Luft.
She met with the security cat along with the president.
And then 3 people were fired after the meeting.
Yeah, three people were fired. And this is just some crackpot.
There's no vetting. It's play. They're playing.
There she is.
There she is.